Hey, this is Tony Lane out here at the county building, candidate for Congress in Congressional District 4. And we're out here today to express our feelings about our civil liberties being infringed upon. This is constantly with this administration, consistently playing yo-yo with our lives. Basically that Marxist mindset, socialist agenda, wanting vaccine passports, draconian lockdowns, et cetera, et cetera. Well, we have many people out here today, and we're not going to go away quietly. We're out here peaceful, and that's the key. Everybody's going to be out here talking peacefully. We don't want no problems and stuff, but we want our voices to be heard. We're consistently tired of, once again, having these draconian lockdowns and not having our voice be heard here at these places and these events and meetings. So I'm out here today to represent, to show my support for my constituents in Congressional District 4, as well as all Nevadans, because once again, there's a Constitution, and this administration knows anything about that. They don't know nothing about this, our Nevada Constitution, and once again, imposing and infringing on our civil liberties. So we're out here today to voice our opinions, and you'll hear from us. Once again, this is Tony Lane, candidate for Congress in Congressional District 4. Thank you.
I'm not even speaking to you guys anymore because you've all shown us that you're in somebody's pocket. You can smirk all you want, Michael,
but you're please.
Okay,
please
Maryland, your people are all corrupt. This is this guy who just voted for these masks and now he won't wear them himself. So we all know you're in someone's pocket. You used to be my uncle's neighbor.
Ma'am,
You're
Miss Kinsley, if I could ask you to please speak.
Why don't we spend that $10 million trying to figure out where all these missing children go? How about that's more important than COVID, which kids have a 99.995% surviving. Yeah, all the Democrats seem to be really in favor of it. They're not killing babies through Planned Parenthood. They're sticking a needle in their arm. We all, here's the thing, we're the 99% people. Stop listening to these people. This is to everyone watching. Stop listening to these people. There's nothing different. First of all, until they prove to me that we had a valid election, this is nothing more than a monarchy. This country has a 100% success rate on taking down monarchies. 100%. Then look what happened in France after we did it. We'll just get the whole ball rolling across the globe all over again. 100%. You guys know you're lying. You know you're wrong. And you can smirk and ignore us all you want. Play on your phones. It doesn't take away the fact you know you're doing wrong. You know you're hurting kids, and you're letting children suffer. So everyone who's putting a mask on their child and putting a needle in their child's arm to prevent them from dying from something they have no chance of dying from in the first place, you're capitulating to tyrants. You're acquiescing to fascists. And this is gonna win in my favor, you guys. 100% success rate on this side. Tyrants have 100% failure rate in this country, no matter what your little smirks have to do about it. We're the ones who put your brakes in your cars, who makes your meals, who get your pharmacy. We're everywhere. I'm not the one who should be scared. I'm gonna be driving pretty, knowing my brakes are okay.
My name is Mindy Robinson. I represent CD3.
Can you spell your name?
M-I-N-D-Y, Robinson.
Your last name, please.
R-O-B-I-N-S-O-N.
Okay, thank you.
I want to talk about 51. It's going to end up rolling into 54. I'm a bit of a local activist. I fight for the Constitution and the rights of everybody. I can't help but notice we're trying to recover from what you guys did to us last time unconstitutionally. All over social media. You got people canceling their trips here, canceling their bachelor parties, canceling their business meetings. I know you don't care, but we care. You didn't miss a paycheck, we did. How are we supposed to recover when you are backsliding with mask mandates and all these things with no science behind it? We know the masks don't work. We know now. You are taking your advice from the guy that invented the virus that's attacking us. He's benefiting financially, and he's getting all the fame and glory. You have no reason to push this mask mandate. It will bury whatever attempts. And no, I don't care about getting my own tax money thrown at me in crumbs to recover the economy. I want to work. Everyone in this room wants to work, and I want to work without threats that I'll be fired if I'm not vaccinated, which is what my union is doing now. I don't want to take tests that the CDC already admitted doesn't work and doesn't discern between the flu or anything else. You don't even follow your own mandates, Tick. You don't even follow your own rules. You don't even set your own examples. You can't even look me at the eye, most of you right now. You'll not get away with this. We will not comply anymore. I'm glad you're getting a paycheck, and I'm glad you're sitting in your seats thinking you'll never be removed because you got election fraud on your side, but we're working on that too. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Mac Miller, M-A-C-K-M-I-L-L-E-R. I'd like to remind anyone that has anything negative to say about me, make sure they spell my name correctly. I'm an advocate in Assembly District 5. I was born and raised here in Las Vegas. Commissioner McCurdy, I respect you and what you've accomplished, but we grew up in the same neighborhood with vastly different views, but a similar color. These people behind me are who you all represent. They're who you're supposed to represent. This country was founded off of these type of people that did not want to be taxed without being represented. I have a small business in my family, and a number of these people have small businesses in their family. Everyone's giving you scientific numbers, they've given you scientific data, they've given you details. I'm no doctor, I'm no scientist. I'm a mouthpiece for the people behind me. I know that it comes down to money. Here's a little number. The government produces nothing. Revenue is code word for taxes. Businesses produce everything. Without the revenue or the taxes from these hardworking people, this office wouldn't be here. Those leather chairs wouldn't be there. This building wouldn't be here. If you shut down businesses, if you frighten our children, they're gonna go on social services, which comes from taxpayers' dollars. But guess what? These taxpayers aren't gonna have any more dollars because their businesses are being shut down. Their jobs are being taken away from them. Commissioner McCurdy, you know I support Susan Prophet's statement when we talked about 90% of black communities refusing the vaccine, and we know why. I'm part Cherokee, I'm part African. My daughters are half Chinese, my cousins are Mexican. My first wife was Indian. United Nations, I represent the Chinese American Citizen Alliance as their president and national rep. I'm United States CEO chairman nationally of the Republican Chamber of Commerce. And I'm Republican. My entire family was Democrat until a few years ago when they saw the light. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. This is a slight moment of silence for our nation. Because it's mourning right now. It's mourning to be united. It's mourning so that, don't care about the next election. People ask me why I keep running, because it gives me a platform to speak some sense into the people that get elected. And if I have to remain on this side of the glass, I will.
Thank you, sir.
I want to speak on item 54. And for some of you that don't know what item 54 is, it is to discuss authorizing $10 million to promote vaccines and vaccinations, including paying $100 per person to get vaccinated. Now, going off what this lady just mentioned, I'm going to read to you code number 1 from the Nuremberg Code. Are you listening, Marilyn?
Go ahead, sir.
McCurdy? Good. I'm going to read this whole thing out here. Voluntary consent, informed voluntary consent of the human subject is absolutely essential. This means that the person involved should have legal capacity to give consent. Should so situated as to be able to exercise free power of choice without the intervention of any element, which includes, here, listen up, force, fraud, deceit, duress, overreaching, or ulterior form of constraint or coercion. That is plain and simple coercion. This is why I would like to enter into public record, because when it comes time to vote you guys out, we have this in public record, or maybe hold you accountable.
I wasn't even going to talk today. I was just going to sit and observe. And I thank you for giving us the 3 minutes versus the one last time, because I was trying to fit it all in. But I was hearing about the blood clots. Everybody kept talking about someone they knew. And last time I was here, I think I shared with you, and I'm not trying to share sad stories. The only reason I found out I have a blood clotting disorder is because I was 9 months pregnant of my own, and I passed one to my daughter, and she passed. And obviously, I'd trade places with her if I could. But now, I've been teaching 15 years, and I love my job. I'm going back to work tomorrow. Students are going to be here Monday. I teach 11th and 12th graders, and they want a normal education, you know, but that's another story. But to find out that there's a chance that I might have this vaccine forced down my throat, when never in history have we ever worried if people didn't take the flu shot. Like, I'd always hear, oh, did you get your flu shot? Okay, if you didn't, no one cared. So I just don't know why we're letting it divide us. And you're right, COVID is real.
Ma'am, if I could get you to face.
Okay, I was just trying to talk to everyone.
I know, I need you to talk to us.
COVID is real, and it obviously has killed people, just like the flu killed an 8-year-old, a healthy 8-year-old that I knew a few years back. The masks weren't around then. But it's getting politicized, and I think that's our point. And I'm just going to jump over to race real quick. The comment about the 3/5, you're right, that is very sad, and as an American, I'm embarrassed about that. But we did have a civil war, and I know it didn't end there. We had to have the civil rights thing too. But I don't want to stay in the beef. Do you? I don't want to stay in the beef. How about we go to lunch after this? Okay? But I'm just going to say this, for anybody who doesn't know Joey Gilbert, he is running for governor, and it's sad that I have to worry about a guy winning to maybe survive a vaccine. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but we do know it's causing blood clots. It sounds like COVID can too, but it sounds like the vaccine can too. So how about I choose which way I go? And that's all I want to say. I love Clark County. I'm a native here, a lot of family in the gaming business, and one thing they always taught me, it goes back to how we treat people. Okay, always goes back to how we treat people. So, love you all. Have a great day.
I keep hearing the plan is to keep us locked up until the next election because Democrats can't win. And I heard you want to do mail-in voting again, the same old bullshit. You want to kick me out, kick me out. Your school district's a failure, the whole town's a failure, you fools.
No. Okay, I'm going to give you about 5 seconds to figure out, or we'll take a recess.
I'm asking you, come to your senses and please, please make sure that you read the Constitution of United States of America once again. And there says very clearly that every human being should have God-given right. That's all I want to say. And I'm going to finish with Frederick Douglass' quote where it says, knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave.